everybody. This is Claire. This video is probably going to be a piece of shit because I feel like my laptop is a piece of shit and the camera looks really bad. I feel like this looks like a 2008 vlog. I look really bad. So, life has been a roller coaster. Life has been extremely hard. Life has almost been not worth living the past year. The past year has been the hardest year of my life. Grad school really sucks. Grad school really, really, really is hard, especially if you're a first generation college student, especially if you do not have parents or family or support, especially if you've been raising yourself since you were 17. I went to a high school where we were treated like animals and we were not respected. And we were handed a piece of paper to do every day, a packet of math problems to do every day. Like, I was in gen ed classes because my adoptive family did not believe that I was capable of rigorous AP classes. I always thought I was. I've had learning disabilities my whole life, but I worked my ass off, and I love school. But they did not allow me to be in those classes. Now that I see how hard grad school was, maybe they had a good point. Yeah, this year's been tough. I feel like the people in my program all went to high schools where they were really supported and pushed and given opportunities that just were not available at my high school that I went to. It was extremely underfunded. I would say one of the lower socioeconomic schools in the Portland area. I do not feel like the teachers prepared me for college at all. We got a text from Liam. He is at work. He just got a job at a movie theater, which is adorable and amazing and awesome. That man has worked harder than anybody I've ever met in my entire life, including myself, and I would say I've worked pretty goddamn hard. But Liam Strong is he's resilient, amazing, strong-willed. They walk to work when I can't take them. I would call out of work if I didn't have a ride. I mean, I suffer with a chronic back injury, which we will get into, I'm sure, on this channel. But yeah, Liam and I have fucking suffered, and we've just kind of skated by in life on our hard work and our charm. Our respect for adults and respect for ourselves and hard work and our communities. But I feel like we have been extremely underserved. I feel like I never knew how poor I was or the trauma I had endured. Reality is completely is something I don't understand. It's something I can't get a grip on right now. I started realizing there was something different and something wrong with my brain. I would say fall of 2018. So this past September, October, November, I started teaching at a middle school, which I thought I loved. The teacher I was teaching with was a jackass and was sexist and made me extremely uncomfortable, extremely triggered. But I endured. I continued to go for a whole term, and I was talked down to by this man every day, but I continued to do my job, which was to support the students and to learn how to be a teacher. And I tried to do the best I could. I also got in 2 car accidents. One, I had started a new ADHD drug, which we can get into on this channel, about false diagnosis for those with dissociative identity disorder, such as things like borderline personality disorder, ADHD, ADD, things like that. We can often, or bipolar, we can often get misdiagnosed before therapists come to the idea of DID, because it is a little bit more rare. It is definitely more stigmatized, and not a lot of therapists have to go through training for DID. But I have specifically I just have had a feeling my whole adult life that I have had a personality disorder. I had a previous relationship of 6 years where I would act one way one minute and completely different the next, and beg the person to understand that I had no memory of the switch. I had amnesia of the fight or of my outrageous behaviors. But I didn't have amnesia to the feelings. I could feel that the body had been angry, or that I had flushed cheeks and a racing heart, and my fingers felt icy, but my skin felt like fire. Like, it felt like I had just been in a fight, but I would just be looking at my partner and they'd be crying and telling me, that I had accused them of something or gone into a PTSD flashback, or, just gone crazy. We really didn't know what it was back then. I would just throw lamps, scream, cry, blame, beg people not to leave me, beg people to leave me alone. It was pretty crazy. But I feel a little like I got off tangent. I remember talking about my car accidents. I did get in one of my own. Oh yes, I was on the ADHD med. This is why they would think I had ADHD, right? But I now understand that I was dissociating. I was looking in the back of the car at my dog Toad, who's right here. She's having a puppy dream. I love her. Yeah, she was in the back seat, and I just remember turning to pet her and not moving, and then I remember moving forward and hitting a car. 1 minute we were stopped and at a red light, and I was pushing her back into the back seat, and 1 minute I was just ramming some huge car. Luckily it was just rolling, I guess, We didn't cause any damage and nobody got hurt, but it shook us up a lot. Then, probably a month later, we hit an oil slick on a highway turnaround on ramp and slipped, spun out, and hit a barrier. It was the first time we've ever hit anything, gotten into an accident, spun, everything you can think of. So, of course, it was extremely traumatic. People are really, really hard on me. They are more hard on me, I think, than my friends. People expect the bare minimum of me. People do not think I'm capable. So when that happened, I was just mortified. I felt sorry for myself. I had no car now. I hurt my back injury worse. I felt like an idiot. I was bringing Liam lunch, so I was late to his lunch. Now he didn't get lunch, and of course that's what I was worried about, was Liam. And as I'm sitting there waiting for a friend to come get me and waiting for the police to show up, another car hits the oil slick and spins out and spins towards me. And I think, oh fuck, like, this is it. Like, I'm gonna die. My life did not flash before my eyes. You know what did? That car coming at me. And luckily, the driver saw me and swerved. And unfortunately, they hit face first into the barrier. I had just hit my back end. So they had to go away in an ambulance. But they swerved to avoid me. And I can be really appreciative for that. But I would definitely argue that was one of the most traumatic situations of my life, maybe because it was in my hands or out of my hands completely, but it changed my life dramatically. Being in the car, freedom, essentially, it became a nightmare. It was by the school I was teaching at, which was already a nightmare. So going to that school was a nightmare. Leaving that school was a nightmare. It was really triggering. It was really traumatic. I had to get a new car, which was just happened to be a sports car. And really quick pickup. So, of course, that was traumatic. I was still in a new relationship. Lyd and I had only been together, 8-9 months. And so, we're making it up on that year, but I'm being put through a really rigorous program with really rigorous adults who don't understand my situation. I'm living in an apartment with dirty water that they're doing construction on 24/7. So the PTSD of the banging, the men around, the screaming, the yelling, the laughing, it has been a nightmare. Every day is like I'm back in my childhood home with the trauma, reliving it. Yet I'm an adult, so it's almost like you're not reliving it, dude. So like you're fine, so it's more aggravating. You can't feel sorry for yourself because nothing is happening. You just have to help the alter that's experiencing what they're experiencing out, and it's exhausting. It's like dying and having to save yourself at the same time. It's like your fucking heart is stopping and you're the one giving yourself CPR. And certain alters, you can just, dude, it's your problem, or you can make it worse by yelling at yourself, saying like you're stupid, you're dumb, you shouldn't be upset. But that only makes it worse. That only makes self-harm thoughts come up and intrusive thoughts. So that's a little bit about what we're going through. Moments like this, moments where I don't have mandatory homework to be doing and I don't have to teach a lesson in the morning, so I'm not working on anything. They're extremely lonely and scary for someone who has experienced trauma, at least for me. In my home growing up, if I was found not doing anything, I would get a beating because you weren't being a good child. You weren't being productive for the house or the family. Um, so yeah, I guess I just sat on edge all of the time, just waiting for my name to be yelled, just waiting for someone to scream, just waiting for a cup to fall or something to spill so I could run and clean it up before having to get a beating. And now it's just like I live on edge, like alone at home every day, or with my husband, or sitting in a classroom waiting for a student to finish an assignment and the teacher walks by me. Like, if the student is not working or not diligent, I physically feel like I'm going to get beat by that teacher. And that idea, that's mental, it's just so mentally and physically exhausting to sit there and not only feel those feelings, but to also give yourself CPR, be the altar, a protector that is standing up for an altar that is feeling triggered. You have to fake it till you make it. Show everyone that you're completely fine, nothing's going on, and you're completely supportive. You're here for these students that need you. That can be really tough. We have a really hard time knowing how to fill our time, and we've had a hard time filming. So if you could please, please, please ask us or comment to us any questions you have or anything that's going on in your life or anything you're interested in, because my system was told a lot that we do not deserve space, we do not deserve attention, that we're attention whores. But those are all trauma-based responses. Often people that are asking for attention or seem to go to great lengths for attention desperately need it because their alters are children who were walked out on. Their adults, their hosts, me, feel like they can be abandoned at any minute because it's happened time and time again. And most of us do have to control our behaviors so that we aren't abandoned by the ones that we love. But when I was under the age of 18, I had no control over anything I did. Actions, beliefs. I almost had no control over my thoughts. I was being brainwashed. And I don't really know where I was going. But we need help. We need friends. We need help. We need encouragement. We need a community. I'm so full of love and I'm so full of happiness, and I'll be your friend and I'll support you and I'll love you no matter what. We just need a friend back who can be friends with multiple people in one body and multiple ages and not think it's weird. So if you want to be our friend, please comment, please like, subscribe. Anything you can do to reach out to us would be much appreciated because we want to help support you guys too. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go. This was Claire. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my family and my system we'll be sharing on here. My system is named Claire and Fam. As of right now, all my alters are comfortable with that. They want to be part of a family. We have been a system since birth. So not knowing that we had DID is not surprising, and that it's coming out at 24 is not surprising. And that I had to do my own research and stand up for myself and seek out my own type of therapy is not surprising. So if you are worried about yourself, please, please, please reach out to a healthcare provider. If you cannot afford it, please reach out to me, because I do know of some companies and I do know of some people that can help you for free. So please, please, please reach out to me. It's the hardest fucking thing to do. When you don't feel like you belong on this earth, and there are 6 billion people in the world, but everyone's life is so different than yours and so separate than yours, and we all don't feel like we owe anybody anything, and they don't owe us anything. It can be so hard when you feel alone. And people will say it's gonna get better. People will say you have a ton of people who care about you and love you. But if you're not getting told that, I care about you and I love you, and you can reach out to me. My Instagram is in the description box. You can comment here, you can message here. If anyone is feeling the way I felt last month or the 9 months prior, to the point where you don't think family, friends, anyone you actually know will understand, I will talk to you like I know you. I will feel like I know you within the first 5 minutes of conversating with you. If you want to build a friendship that is respectful and politically correct and supportive, I am here for you. We are here for you, and we can't wait to meet you. So please, everyone, if you're watching, like, subscribe, comment, let us know your name. If you're a system, let us know your system. If you suffer from mental illness, let us know, and let us know if we can make any content to help you. I'm really excited to meet you guys and hopefully make some friends. Have a great night, everybody, and know that you're loved and that you deserve space in this world, and you deserve to feel supported. I don't know what else. You deserve a lot, because you're a human being. You do. You really, really do. And you don't deserve to be told any different. And your thoughts should not believe anyone that say any different. So I'm kind of going on a tangent, so I'm going to go. Bye.